2 days after joining the Utah Jazz, Derrick Rose has officially been waived. Now, Derrick Rose, as we all know, is one of the guys that has been ruined by the injury plague. It happened to Grant Hill, Greg Oden, Tracy McGrady, Gilbert Arenas. Unfortunately, Derrick Rose fits into that category. He's only played 9 years in the NBA. He's averaged 19.2 points, 5.8 assists, 3.6 rebounds. And it's just sad, man. The youngest MVP winner ever, and he can't even find a team in the year of 2018. It's sad. But, in my opinion, there are 5 teams that should go after Derrick Rose, and let's talk about them right now. But before we do, if you guys enjoy these types of videos, definitely hit that like button down below. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button for more NBA content. And without further ado, let's look at 5 teams that should go after Derrick Rose. Keep in mind, by the way, that these teams are not in order. Number 1, the San Antonio Spurs. This was my destination for Derrick Rose during free agency. This was the team I thought he should sign to. The thing about Derrick Rose is you almost have to treat him like an aging veteran. I mean, because of his injuries, he is almost like a Tony Parker, a Pau Gasol, a Manu Ginobili, in the sense that he won't be able to play the minutes he needs to play, although he actually has been playing pretty high minutes, especially on the Knicks when he played there last season, and even some games during the season when he was healthy, obviously, because he had a bit of an injury, but it wasn't too major, considering what Derrick Rose has gone through in the past. So like I said, if you look at Derrick Rose, you have to treat him like an aging veteran, like a Tony Parker. And when you think about Tony Parker, his main asset is the ability to drive and kick, which is something that Derrick Rose is also able to do. Yeah, Derrick Rose may be able to finish a little bit more acrobatic than Tony Parker, but they are actually very similar plays in my opinion. They're obviously very different in some areas, but to me, Tony Parker, he doesn't have much time left in the NBA in my opinion. Ginobili, Gasol, Parker, those three they're ending their careers pretty soon. And I know for the Spurs, you've got Patty Mills, you've got DeJounte Murray, you've got Tony Parker, you've got Forbes. They're all guards on that team. And would Derrick Rose fit in on this team? Who knows? But I'm just thinking, under Greg Popovich, if any coach could coach him, I feel like it would be Greg Popovich, one of the greatest coaches of all time, playing in a Spurs system. In my opinion, it's just where I think he should go. But at the same time, DeJounte Murray's young, he's a point guard. Patty Mills can still do some things at the guard position, and Tony Parker's still there. They're 3 guys that, well, you can't see them losing any minutes by adding Derrick Rose. If one of them gets injured though, that's the thing. Who knows? Just one of those teams where I think could really benefit if Derrick Rose was there. Not in the sense of the Spurs, but more so for Derrick Rose. The second team is the Washington Wizards. Now the Wizards, they are one that originally, if they had John Wall healthy, I probably wouldn't say that they should go after Derrick Rose, but John Wall isn't healthy, so they should go after Derrick Rose, because when you look at their point guard position, they don't really have anyone there apart from Tim Frazier, and that's about it, honestly. I mean, they don't have too many guards on this team, which means if Derrick Rose is looking for more playing time, the Wizards could ultimately be one of the teams that will get him in the end, because, well, they need a guard, and they need one drastically if they're looking to make the playoffs, because the guards in the Eastern Conference are actually pretty solid, and ultimately the last thing that you want to do if you're the Washington Wizards is rush John Wall back from his injury, which means why not get Derrick Rose to replace him while he's injured and see what he can do, just for the meantime. That's all I'm saying. Number 3, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And before we get into the Minnesota Timberwolves and their guard situation, or should I say the Minnesota Timberwolves, yeah, I said it, the Minnesota Timberwolves, because this team is slowly becoming the Chicago Bulls. I mean, you've got Tom Thibodeau, you've got Jimmy Butler, and Taj Gibson. If you add Derrick Rose to this team, That's just another guy. And even Jamal Crawford played in Chicago for a little bit. So this team is really looking like the Chicago Bulls of the past. But in saying that, at the point guard position for the Minnesota Timberwolves, you've got Jeff Teague, Tyus Jones, and occasionally Aaron Brooks, Chicago Bulls, another guy. But it's just, I don't think Aaron Brooks come playoff time, and even Tyus Jones come playoff time. Well, Tyus Jones is 21 years old. He's pretty unexperienced. And Aaron Brooks is 33 years old. And he doesn't have the legs that he used to have. He's alright coming off the bench, but I just don't think he's the Derrick Rose. And personally, I think if you have Jeff Teague starting and Derrick Rose coming off the bench, that could be really valuable for the Minnesota Timberwolves come playoff time. I mean, that is a very solid front court starting and bench player that could just come in at any point and do work. And the thing is about the Timberwolves is that if anyone knows Derrick Rose, it is Tom Thibodeau. And yes, a lot of people say that Tom Thibodeau is the one that practically got Derrick Rose injured in the first place. And look, I'm not going to say he did, because I just don't believe that he did in the end. I think it was stupid letting him play in the last couple of minutes back in 2011 or whenever it was that he got injured against the 76ers. But at the same time, I feel like Derrick Rose was just an injury-prone player. Maybe not then, but just he was going to be throughout his career. But like I said, if anyone knows Derrick Rose, it is Tom Thibodeau. Playing him less minutes, playing him in a system, I think could really benefit Derrick Rose. And to be honest, Derrick Rose is still a solid player, and coming off the bench, it could be something very good for the Timberwolves. Now, this fourth team is a weird scenario, and I don't think it will happen, but there is a slim chance, so I might just put it in the video. And it's actually the Detroit Pistons, alright? We all know that Reggie Jackson has been injured, and to be honest with you, I don't know how long he's going to be out for. And to replace him while he is injured, if he is going to be out for a while, just like the Wizards, Derrick Rose could be a solid replacement for Reggie Jackson. Or, in fact, even if they want to keep running him off the bench, Ish Smith can start and Derrick Rose can come off the bench. Now, Smith is actually a solid player. I really like what Ish Smith is about. I think he's really, really good. Just for a bench player, he's shown in the past that he can actually play good, solid minutes for any team. And although he can't shoot, his mid-range is pretty solid. And that boy is quick as hell. He can run like crazy. He is so fast. If you never watch Ish Smith play, you gotta watch how quick he is. He's really so fast. It's crazy. Anyway, I just feel like Reggie Jackson could be out for a while. Derrick Rose could be a solid replacement. And, well, they're looking really good, the Pistons, at the moment. So, I don't see why not just try and go after him. If you don't want to play him, just don't play him. But I don't know if it will happen. It's just one of those teams that it could happen. So, might as well put it in the video. This last team is where I really, really want him to go. And I don't believe it's the best fit. I just believe if Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose can play together, it would be just pretty cool in my opinion. Looking at their past history, I feel like Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose on the same team could be pretty cool. And it is a possibility. Because when you think about it, Raymond Felton is their backup point guard. And Raymond Felton is not that good. Derrick Rose is a good, solid point guard to come off the bench, back up Russell Westbrook, because Westbrook plays a lot of minutes throughout the game. And when you think about it, Raymond Felton is a shooter, Derrick Rose isn't. But at the same time, after losing Andre Roberson, the Thunder don't really have a decent backup shooting guard now, considering Ferguson is in the lineup at times, Abrinas is in the lineup at times, and if Derrick Rose can somehow fit in as a backup point guard, or even play a little bit of the two guard position, it could be very fun to watch, in my opinion. And I do believe, and I really do believe this, the Thunder could be a strong contention to go into the finals, or even the Western Conference Finals. Like, it's a weird scenario we have playing out in the Western Conference right now. And you can't even say, I mean, the Thunder literally beat the Warriors the other week. So, the Rockets, the Thunder, and the Warriors are the three teams most likely to make the finals. And in my opinion, I hope it's the Thunder. Just because I want to see Westbrook make the finals over KD. And I mean, yeah, it would be cool to see Harden in there as well. But I just want to see the Thunder. I feel like after all the scrutiny they went through at the start of the year, it would be cool to see them in the finals. And if they can add Derrick Rose as well and bring him to the finals, it will just be a match made in heaven in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. Where do you think Derrick Rose is going? If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. I will catch you guys in my next video. I'm out. Peace.